Changing.
Go.
Welcome to Filabot Live, to a special Filabot Live.
Especially sad. No, not sad.
It doesn't have to be sad.
Oh yeah, we talked about not it being sad.
It's not, I mean, it can be a little sad. So what Tyler is referencing is that this will be the last weekly scheduled routine
For now.
Filabot Live. Well, we don't know that
That's
we're bringing
true.
it back. We don't know that we're not bringing it back. But the one thing that we will definitively say is that this is not the end of us on YouTube.
That's true.
And this is not the end of live content.
Right. We've done this for 364 days.
We're going to call it, I'm going to call it a year.
Or a day off.
Because I'm not an engineer. And I'm allowed to give myself that level of tolerance.
Well, we started, our first live was on 10/5/17. And it was an hour and something long.
There was a lot in that. And look at how far we've come. So today's going to be
They've gone
a
shorter.
bit of a recap, not so much of individual episodes, but the things that we've learned about ourselves, about the team, about doing a show like this
live.
And we got some numbers that we might share with you, and that's just kind of it. Of course, if you want to write in, if you've got questions, this would be the perfect one to ask us questions about, because
We have a lot of answers. We have 50.
we have more answers than you could possibly have questions.
Oh,
Some of them might even line up.
Yeah. We actually, I think we did not, like 1 week we didn't have a live, but we uploaded a video that was specifically for live. But it wasn't live. So all the other weeks we've done live for a year.
A year.
That's awesome.
Go team.
That is, for us to do a project for a year and actually do it is good. I mean, it's not to say we don't do projects.
A little self-deprecation going on there.
But it's, there was a lot of growth in live. We started with a long format. We started, shifting because one, it was so hard to fill all that in, all that time.
Right.
We kept it very loose at first, and then we shifted. We started playing with recycling. We did a lot of, we did the recycling studies.
A lot of recycling studies.
We did the hardware. So that was a big driver for me. It was like, okay, we need videos of our hardware.
Yeah.
And we had always thought we needed these great polished videos, and we do, some people need that, but we just need videos of our systems running, and that was a big thing for live.
Yeah. And I think if there's one consistent theme that ran through live, it was our willingness to experiment, our willingness to try new formats, to try new subjects, and really just what you don't all see on your end of the camera is that live was the one time that we all came together. So we're kind of a distributed team. There are a handful of us here.
Come together.
And we don't all occupy the same space at the same time often.
And also with the culture that we've been playing with,
we tend to work from home a lot and everything. So by having live, it meant, we all had to be here together, and it forced some collaboration. And even if we take what we did with live out entirely, if we forgot about all of that, our success in building stronger bonds in the team and the other collaborations that happened because we were here and because we made it a priority to be here one day a week, really, I think was pretty great.
Yeah. It's so weird that we're shifting to that culture, and we have this huge warehouse, and we're do we need to be, we're only here when we're actually having to build something or use this space, and it's really interesting. Anyway, that's the whole culture dive for this video. Back to live.
Yeah. So I jotted down some things. I spent some time on our YouTube channel this morning, just kind of looking up, some fun factoids that might be interesting.
Fun facts.
So over the course of the last year, we're right at 700 something subscribers right now. We added
780 something.
We added 513 of those in the last year.
That's pretty good.
In the last year, you've all watched 128,000 minutes of our videos. That's 2,133 hours.
How many of those minutes have been us rewatching? Because I rewatch a lot of our lives. I go back and I'm like,
I don't think it's anywhere close to that.
No,
much.
not at all, not at all. And it's probably 1%, but
the most hated video by percentage of likes versus dislikes? The one where we extruded Lego filament. The one where we ground up Legos, we turned it into filament and printed it. People were so mad about that, just on principle.
I mean,
just the idea that we would destroy Legos, as if Legos are like we're
like
the building
rare.
blocks of the cross that Jesus hung on. I'm not going to offer any other religious analogies. That feels like the safest one to use.
Cool.
You're not supposed to watch over there. Don't watch. Don't watch. Watch the camera. Watch the camera. There's nothing going on over there.
No.
There's nothing happening. The video that had the highest percentage of likes was our birthday to you.
Not on live.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tyler.
What? Great, you ruined it.
Keep going. Keep going.
Ruined it.
Birthday to you.
Woo.
So
I'm gonna let you put that on.
Oh, you're nice.
great, great, and it's my birthday.
Yay.
It's okay.
We'll come back to
It's
this in a
okay.
second.
No. Ow.
Just put it around his nose.
It would hold. Well, I'm gonna let all the candles burn now that you. What if this just like?
Tyler. Oh.
Okay.
Best anecdote for what happens here at Filabot is that right there. It encompasses literally everything that you need to know.
It wasn't even on camera.
It was.
Wow.
Don't do it again, please.
Okay, I won't. I'm just gonna let the candles burn.
Blow him out. Make a
Oh.
wish. Make a wish.
Yay.
Okay, now you have to open it again.
Can I take
No.
on live?
Yeah,
On live.
yeah.
Ow. Okay, pausing live. What do we got?
Pausing. You're opening presents
Is
on
this
live.
appropriate for live?
Hopefully.
Stand up and show.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, right now it's plabs, but nice. Thank you.
That's a very nerdy,
That's a very nerdy shirt.
Yeah.
appropriate.
Can't get much nerdier than that.
No,
It's pretty good. We might have to knock off that design on our store.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it. I have some really, some funny quotes. We could come up with funny quotes.
We could do some good stuff.
It's a 6-pack.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Can we get back to the show now?
Yes.
All right. So, can I have a fork?
Our most liked video was the printer bot recap after printer bot
the
fell
sad.
off the cliff. And
Yeah.
ton of views. Now, here's a bit of trick. Did you look at this?
No, I was looking, but you were like hiding, so I
Good,
didn't want to keep
good.
looking.
Do you? What video that we did live has had the most views? Any guesses?
Oh, Kevin, sad boy, sad boy.
Also a great anecdote for what we do here.
We have been upgrading our camera equipment. We started with that like little thing.
Yeah.
And then we're on a real camera now.
Yeah. Any guesses?
I mean, I saw it.
Oh.
Does anybody else have any guesses on our highest?
EX6 unboxing.
That was a fun
No.
one, and I did drop the system in that one.
But it has a lot. It
Yeah.
does have a lot. Actually, no, not that one. And what's in? Huh? No. And here's a hint. It's a pretty recent one.
Oh, the Ultimaker unboxing.
The Ultimaker unboxing, absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
Because
Nobody-
there's very little Ultimaker content out there, and people like to watch other people take stuff out of boxes. Like, there are channels of people taking stuff out of boxes.
We did our own. Aaron, the printer's still running.
The
by
printer is
way.
still running. It's literally running right now.
How many views do we have on that one?
It was 5,000? 12, no, I'm sorry, just over 1,000.
Okay.
So our typical video after a couple weeks would have, 100, 200, 300 views.
Sorry, I just had to see that.
It's all good. It's all good. So when you think back, like from when we started to now, maybe not so much today, but prior to today, where do you think we grew the most? Like, what do you think we're doing a lot better as?
Oh, as a team?
Yeah.
I think we're like recognizing when we're recognizing one, the power of teamwork, right? And when we come together that like we have to kind of communicate, and this is something that Kevin's brought up, and well, a lot of us have, we have to communicate to where we can all understand it if we're working on a project.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a simple truth, but I think in the past it's always been, we've been able to work on our own projects and our own things and to own it ourselves. But now we have to like, come together as a team and work on these bigger things. So
Yeah.
I think Live has allowed us to think that way and to work that way.
Yeah. I never would have expected that us getting together to do this weekly would have strengthened the team so much. We got really efficient, we got really good at this, and it forced us to communicate about something that, you know what, I think we can be honest. While we enjoy Live, and we know some of you out there enjoy the videos that we did, it wasn't a big part of our business.
No, not at all.
I don't think that we can look back and point to, honestly, any
extra
sales or
right.
customers. I mean, we've reached some more people, and maybe it'll lead to some sales someday.
Well, we do have the hardware demos, and I to me, that's what Live was for, is like, look,
Sure.
we just need these simple videos. What is the simplest way to make a video is to make it live, one cut.
Well, we could have done that anyway. We didn't need everybody involved for that. But where I'm going with this is that, in hindsight, it was a wonderful team building tool that I think other people out there might want to consider, whether it's video form or audio form or whatever it is. The notion of bringing the team together to collaborate on something that does not have a super high bar, that it doesn't have to be perfect,
Right.
and that it doesn't have a lot of consequence.
Right, and we didn't really have the concern that this would harm us. Like if Live harmed us, we would see it. We probably wouldn't do it. But I think one thing where I really take is our transparency. Like, we want to be a transparent team.
Yeah.
My phone is going off. That's the first time on Live my phone went off. Wow.
I don't.
At least
I don't believe that.
it's the first time I've had a phone in my pocket for Live.
Oh,
Anyway,
I don't know. Anyway, so I think we've excelled. If you let's roll back a year, and you pushed for this, and we were going to get going with this. What would you want us to do differently at the onset?
I think we would look at the projects we had going and been like, can we handle this? And we did. We figured it out. So that's a piece that's helpful as well. I don't know. I don't think anything.
Were you handling CD filament earlier today?
Why? There's glitter all. No, it's from this.
It's on your face.
It's
There
from
are
this.
little specks on your. Is that? I don't think. Is it that?
It's from that bag.
It's on your pants.
I'm
Can you
covering
zoom in
glitter.
on the glitter on Tyler's face? Because I'm sure
Can't see
everyone
it.
wants to see that.
Shiny.
I don't see it.
Camera one, camera two.
Did anybody write in with questions?
There's a few comments I see.
Sorry, remember my-
They don't. Kev?
Are they right there?
Is there any- Can you?
I don't have my glasses.
Kevin's director.
Somebody said happy birthday.
Aw, thanks.
What else do you want to share? What else do you want to?
I'm
Get
glad
off
we
your
did
chest.
live. We did it for a year,
Yeah.
minus one day.
You can call it a year.
No, you can't.
Then why are we able to wish you happy birthday?
I didn't get to choose that.
You also didn't reject it.
What was I gonna do?
You ate frosting off those candles.
Yeah, and then I stopped because it was getting all waxy. Okay. I think I don't have anything.
So
My-
it sounds great. Why are we stopping?
Why? Oh, that's a good point.
That's a good question.
So we, it's been every week that we've
Yeah.
had to do a live, and part of it is we're always trying to increase our content. Like, not increase our content, but make sure our content is rich. It actually means something. And we've covered so many things from plastic to hardware. And I mean, you had the whole list.
Yeah.
we're changing it because we want to focus on some bigger projects that are going to take more of our time. And we do think videos and live itself will be posted and put up and promoted. But we're hoping to use that time instead for these larger.
Right. One of the things that's become really apparent as we've done this is that while we enjoy live, we enjoy doing it, we enjoy putting it together, we enjoy presenting it, we've realized that 98% of the people watching these videos are not actually watching them live. So that means that scheduling them at this fixed time every week isn't so much critical. What is critical is that we have this authentic format.
Right.
And so what we're doing is we're pulling back from the commitment of doing this every week and giving ourselves the flexibility to be a little more freeform to present
That's
the
like
same content
that catch-22.
as we see it
Yeah.
valuable, right? We've spent a year understanding what people want to see, learning how to do this well, or at least better.
Yeah.
And so now as we see things that we think are worth putting out there, we'll do them. You know, there could be weeks where we do 2 or 3 and then a month where we don't do any. You know, we're going to raise the bar a little bit on the standard of what we produce for content. You know, like there's
that's
a
our hope.
No, we will.
Okay.
We will.
We will.
I feel we've committed to that. You know, there's a project we're working on right now that we won't talk about, but we talked about this morning at our meeting that, you know, there's some content coming out of that, possibly as we're working on it, and then definitely at the end. So we're excited about that.
Love it.
One other thing to let people know about, over the last few weeks, we have dumped out the audio from from these.
I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah, we definitely have to talk. And there's a podcast feed, so you can find the Filabot Filacast on.
Get it?
Your dad puns won't translate to a podcast, so that's the problem.
I'm wearing like the ultimate dad shirt right now, so.
You should go subscribe to that if you listen to podcasts.
We have better faces for radio.
Ouch. Like, I shaved explicitly for this. I cut my hair. I got up early for this.
I mean, I do, yeah. Live day, I am. There's glitter on the cake.
So check that out, Filabot Filacast, and you can follow along. Because my gut tells me that over the next couple weeks, we're going to see an increase in what we're putting out there that maybe isn't as appropriate for video, especially for live video. So just something else you can check out.
I mean, it's definitely, we're talking more.
Yeah. And we've got a link to that over at filabot.com, so you can check that out there. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, you should do that.
When is
Yada,
the
yada.
setting database going to be released? AKA the extrusion data file system.
Are you asking this or somebody else?
That's a question.
Ooh.
It is a question. What is the source of the question? Oh, for real?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So we've continued to add to the EDF system, which is good. Our next piece is you've built the page, you built the a condensed spreadsheet at this point. So we're rolling out in like phases, right? We working through some NDA stuff, so a lot of our tests that we do that go into the EDF system are covered by NDAs from customers, and we can't share that stuff. So we're working through that. I mean, that's pretty simple. We just don't put it in there. And then the other piece is, I mean, the next thing is to build a web page and have that link up.
We don't have a date yet, but it is something we are working on. It is not our top priority, but it is in
It's
it's in the hunt
and it's still
for
being
higher
built.
priorities. It is something that we recognize the importance of, and it's something that we want to make
Right.
sure that we do it right so we don't have to do it again.
But we're definitely erring on the side of running before walking with it, right?
No, that's how we do everything.
Okay, good. So yes, we're moving forward with it. Yeah.
Until then, if you have questions, email.
Email us.
Contact at, right?
Yep.
Contact at filabot.com.
Give us a call.
We prefer you email us.
Okay.
That was from Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Great question, Derek.
I mean, we had a whole live on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're continuing it. You know what we should do is put that, once we have that up, we could put the link in that video. I feel like I've said that like 10, 20 times.
Well, you know, we have the resources now for our YouTube manager, who will not be working on new episodes all the time,
to go and
to go and to do all that stuff to your heart's content.
to just find the most random.
Yeah, just tell me what you want me to tell them. We'll make it happen. Any other questions, Kev?
Nope.
All right, then let's the three of you, why don't you just come on camera real quick? No, you stay. You stay. No, nobody's leaving. We
I
should
wasn't
all-
leaving. I was gonna stand up.
Oh, we're standing? Oh, okay. All right, let's do that. Guys, come on
Right?
camera so we can all wave goodbye. I was afraid you were gonna run away.
I'm out.
You had that look on your face like you were bailing.
Yeah.
Are you hiding behind me? What's happening? Kevin, what's our field of view? How far out?
I don't know.
It's like a
Good
minute
enough.
delayed.
Why is it so delayed? All right,
Go shut it off.
thanks for watching, everybody.
Cool. Is it squeak?
You need to make the noise. There's nothing on the back.
Aw. Man, I
Oh,
never
wait.
wore.
Reclaimer, did you discontinue it? Are you going to replace it?
Which one? Yes.
I assume they mean the one we've already sold.
Kevin, when's the grinder gonna be done?
So two things we're working on. Well,
Yeah.
you say.
We're working on it, and Kevin's working on it,
We're working on
a
it.
smaller one,
On it.
and
and we're looking at bringing the old one back.
We're working on it. If you are interested, because we're keeping a list.
Yes,
Right?
Keeping a list. Oh no,
Email?
we actually you can go on the product listing and put your email in.
Okay.
And once it's ready, we will. Once it's launched, you'll get an email
So Filabot.com. Check that out under products.
under machines.
Machines, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah. That's the same thing.
They'd find it. You'll
Cool.
find it. It's cool.
Is this 30 seconds of banter?
We're bantering now.
Banter.
Banter, banter.
Banter.
Banter,
Banter?
Banter. Banter, banter. Rabble, rabble.
We had never bantered.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Bantered.
Rabble,